I think the music is the foundation, right? And it's like, you know, when it's ready, it's that special thing where you just kind of, you could keep working on something, or you could instantly just make something that's complete. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like music has that special magical, but you just know when it's complete, you know, you feel it.
ASAP Rocky is proceeding with the rollout of his anticipated upcoming album Don't Be Dumb by releasing a new track titled Ruby Rosa. This track represents a significant departure from the previously released single Taylor Swift, which featured an upbeat tempo and an engaging music video. In contrast, this piece embodies a darker tone and signifies a more serious moment in the evolution of hip-hop. This track serves to advance the anticipation surrounding the album, which has been in development for 6 years, thereby elevating expectations once more. This track includes a critique of Drake, representing a notable strategic maneuver that is likely to result in substantial consequences. This song serves not only as a response to Drake, akin to the taunts presented in Hijack, but also as a direct rebuttal to the criticisms directed at Rocky in Family Matters. He articulates his thoughts on the ongoing tensions with Drake through a series of impactful lyrics. Prior to analyzing his statements and their implications for Drake and the broader rap landscape, it is essential to examine the context that amplifies the significance of Rocky's moment. This includes not only the song itself, but also the underlying diss and cautionary message directed at Drake. The beat, produced by Alchemist, represents one of his significant production credits, following his work on Kendrick Lamar's notable diss track, Meet the Grams. The appearance of The Alchemist alongside one of Drake's current major adversaries is likely to create a significant impact on Drake, particularly considering the negative consequences he experienced during a similar situation in the past. This event previously led to a substantial decline in both his career and reputation. In this instance, Rocky is not disclosing any information regarding Drake concealing a child or similar matters. However, this does not imply that he refrains from confronting him. In this track, accompanied by a notably intense beat, the artist presents one of his most well-crafted verses in recent years. He delivers a sequence of pointed lyrics directed at Drake, clearly outlining the current state of their relationship and indicating his strategic intentions as tensions escalate. In the initial verse of the track, Rocky presents a captivating experience characterized by the fluidity of his delivery over a compelling and ethereal beat. He establishes a foundation for the subsequent content with the following lines. People want smoke with me, tell him push up Hercules, Hercules, tell him push up, tell him pull up 33. In these bars, Rocky is engaging in a form of provocation directed at Drake, while simultaneously establishing a context for subsequent developments. He references the initial track released by Drake during the ongoing conflict with Kendrick Lamar and other adversaries, notably titled Push-Ups. By alluding to this, Rocky is humorously referencing that moment and encouraging Drake to reinforce those sentiments, indicating that despite the extensive setup in that track, there was no substantial payoff to his statements. Rocky is humorously prompting him to reconsider what in retrospect was an unwise track due to its poor reception over time for Drake and the intentions he aimed to convey with it. The second verse of this track demonstrates an escalation in lyrical intensity, showcasing Rocky's writing skills effectively. In a notable verse, Rocky provides a direct response to Drake's Family Matters, showcasing a high level of emotional engagement. Upon revisiting the track, it is evident that Drake directed bars at Rocky, implying a threat of destruction should Rocky escalate the situation. Furthermore, Drake exacerbated the conflict by referencing his past relationship with Rihanna, thereby attempting to undermine Rocky's current relationship with her. Rocky addresses this by initially recognizing Drake's threat regarding the potential destruction of his career and life. He subsequently reflects this sentiment back at him as Rocky inquires how Drake could possibly be capable of such actions, given the current disarray of his career and personal life. It is noteworthy that Rocky has made this statement, as many in the rap industry likely believe that Drake may not return to his previous level of success due to his management of the recent conflict. This instance marks the first occasion where someone has publicly criticized the decline in Drake's career over the past few months, during a recorded performance. In continuation of this discussion, Rocky elaborates further, incorporating a series of clever wordplay that enhances the validity of his critiques. Initially, he states, "Cut everything but the family ties." This is a multi-layered bar that appears to possess various interpretations. The statement indicates that Drake has severed ties with most individuals, retaining only a select group of unusual associates whom he designates as his OVO family. This instance illustrates Rocky's homage to Kendrick Lamar, utilizing his presence to amplify the message directed at Drake, as it directly references the track of the same name by Kendrick and Baby Keem. Upon review, it is evident that Kendrick referenced Drake in the second verse of that track. Rocky continues to leverage Kendrick as a pivotal element in his strategy to undermine Drake, aiming for a more significant impact than he could achieve independently. A few lines later, he revisits the Family Ties reference and states, "Cut the stuff, cut the lies, words to the wise, who in your top 5? Ha ha, your top 5. This references the Kendrick verse from Family Ties, in which Kendrick discusses surpassing everyone's top 5 artists. Additionally, Rocky is assessing the unfavorable condition of Drake's career. The reference returns to push-ups and includes a sample at a conclusion of the track featuring DJ Academics and his well-known clip in which he states his top 5 as Drake, 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 and Drake. This demonstrates a high level of ingenuity and cohesive linguistic connections from Rocky. Continuing with this lyrical approach, Rocky further emphasizes that the subject matter we are experiencing is explicitly related to Drake. He addresses additional criticisms from Family Matters. This time he addresses Drake's assertion that Rocky's notoriety is solely attributed to his fashion choices, suggesting that this is the primary reason for the ongoing discussion surrounding him. Rocky responds with a highly astute line that references the uniqueness of his style, asserting its superiority not only within the rap genre but across the entirety of pop culture. Following this astute sequence of phrases regarding his impeccable attire, he concludes the statement with, "I'm buried alive." In this instance, Rocky effectively neutralizes the attack by demonstrating his proficiency as a master of ceremonies. The individual reverses a title from a song by Drake, applying it to him. In referencing Buried Alive, Rocky is making a connection to Kendrick Lamar, as this track serves as an interlude on Take Care. This track served as the basis for the parody created by Drake in anticipation of the release of Family Matters. Through the validation of his sense of style in this bar, Rocky consolidates numerous rebuttals into a single line. In conclusion, to finalize this discussion, if the preceding points do not suffice to convince you that Rocky is addressing Drake, he states, "I heard dog talking funny like his Family Guy." This line employs a fictional canine similar to the approach taken by Kendrick Lamar to undermine Drake and portray him in a derogatory manner. In this instance, Rocky refers to him as Brian from Family Guy, contrasting Kendrick's previous characterization of him as Goofy. Rocky effectively responded to Drake's comments made on Family Matters. Rocky not only responds, but also reflects on Drake's current career state, highlighting its challenges. This approach is significant as it marks the first instance of another rapper recognizing the difficulties Drake is facing. The situation is further exacerbated by the fact that, in addition to the Alchemist production and the numerous bars presented, J. Cole contributes the concluding verse on this track. Cole's first verse in months showcases his rapping prowess without directly dissing Drake or referencing the ongoing drama in the rap world over the past year. ASAP Rocky's decision to feature him amplifies the impact of any underlying tensions present in the track. The inclusion of the individual previously recognized as the last authentic MC on Drake's team in this track, featuring a beat from the producer of the most derogatory song ever created about Drake, alongside another rapper delivering direct disses, effectively categorizes J. Cole within the collective of artists positioned against Drake. The current relationship between Drake and J. Cole warrants thorough analysis to ascertain their respective positions. This track demonstrates a similar approach to that employed by Future and Metro Boomin and We Still Don't Trust You's track Red Leather. The inclusion of Cole serves to intensify the conflict and further elevate the challenges faced by Drake. Currently, Rocky is taking these actions to address the individual who persistently intrudes upon his and his wife's lives. In doing so, he has produced an exceptional song that captures the essence of hip-hop more effectively than the majority of releases this year. At this juncture, I must acknowledge his efforts. It is imperative for Drake to release a response to Rocky promptly. Failure to do so may result in a deterioration of his reputation, as additional artists may continue to undermine his name and legacy. Please provide your feedback regarding the new track from ASAP Rocky. Do you assess whether these disses were sufficient for Drake at this time, given the current state of their tensions? I look forward to your insights and feedback.